Welcome back to the Live, Love, Lead podcast, a podcast designed to help you live, love, and lead well. I'm your host, April Nicole Scipio. Always excited that you are spending time with me here on the podcast. Today's Thursday chat, we are digging into organizing your time. If this is your first time on the podcast, let me just officially welcome you. Thursdays is super laid back. There's no music, there's no editing. It's just us having a talk. I want to invite you to subscribe to our regular episodes that happen every Monday. That way you can get a more polished look at what we do here on the podcast. But super pumped that you're here today. This month on Thursdays, we're talking about how do we elevate from operating at a level of time management to truly having dominion over our time. And if you've missed any of the episodes on Thursdays of this month, please go back and listen. The first Thursday, we really laid a foundation talking about challenges that people face when they're operating from a level where they're only managing their time. Last week, we started off with one of the solutions, and that is how to truly master your morning. And today, we're on the next part of this, and we're going to be talking about how to organize your time. Now, when I talk about organizing your time, I'm not really talking about creating a schedule and things like that, which please hear me, that is so important. But I think the problem is people start with that instead of the pre work to organizing your time. And I really want to dig into that because I think that's where a lot of people miss it, right? They create the schedule, but then it doesn't really happen or they have trouble with the implementation because they forget this part: eliminating distractions and creating boundaries. And I really want to dig into that this week because that's where we have to start. So, when we talk about eliminating distractions, you got to know number one, the enemy is the master of distraction. He wants you to be distracted. So, we have to be proactive. We have to recognize what are things that can be a distraction. For me, my physical environment can be a distraction. So, for me, when I'm sitting down to work on something, I may want to clear my desk or organize something, you know, in my workspace so that doesn't distract me, right? For some of you, you're distracted by different problems that are going on in your life. And you may need to get in scripture, see what God says, stand on his promises, pray, release it to him. So then you can get rid of that distraction, right? For some of you, your phone may be a distraction. So you got to figure out how to schedule in times where you're working with the notifications turned off, maybe with your phone in a different room. Like, you are the only one that can determine what a distraction is or like what can cause a distraction. And then once you determine that, you have to take steps. You got to take steps to eliminate them. It's important that, even as we're working and doing all the things that God has called us to do, when we notice we're distracted, we got to know we can regain that focus by taking care of the distraction, but then making a decision to continue with doing what it is we know we should be doing, right? So I know that I'm working at my desk and all of a sudden my phone notifications go off. I'm distracted. How do I take care of it? I turn those notifications off. How do I regain focus? Pausing, putting my phone away, and then I'm taking that next step to get back in my groove of working, right? So when I talk about regaining focus, don't make it complicated. Handle the distraction and move forward. Did y'all hear me? Handle the distraction and then move forward. Don't let handling the distraction become a distraction. Y'all, the enemy is so crafty. Like, I have to mention this. Okay? Don't let handling the distraction become a distraction. All right, the second thing I want to mention is about boundaries. Like, you got to set healthy boundaries. Boundaries are necessary because there are people that try to take over, control, infringe upon our time. And we have to recognize, wait a minute, my time belongs to me. It's a gift. I want to steward this time, which means everyone's emergencies can't become my emergencies. I've got to set boundaries, right? For me, I use a couple of things to set boundaries. Number one, my calendar. When I plan out my schedule for the week, that helps me create a boundary. So when someone asks me to do something, I don't have to say yes or no based on how I feel, right? Because me saying no doesn't mean I don't feel like helping you. It simply means when I look at my calendar, AKA my boundary, I see that I don't have the bandwidth to add that extra thing into my week. So you gotta decide, what are you gonna use to help you set boundaries. Another thing that helps me to set boundaries is my core values, right? If you don't have core values for your life and for your business, I highly recommend them. For me, my core values are faith, community, productivity, authenticity, and growth. And so when I'm making decisions, I'm going to say, okay, does this thing align with my core values? If it doesn't, that's my boundary. I'm going to say no to that. And so you got to decide how you are going to set your boundaries and then stick to those boundaries. And when your boundaries are violated, you have to communicate to the person that they cross the boundary, and you need to teach them how to move forward. Yes, I did say teach them. You have to teach people how to treat you. You have to teach people how to respect your time. I had to do this with my own kids, right? I had to let my kids know mom loves you. However, because you forgot to get me to sign a paper at school doesn't mean I'm canceling my morning appointment so I can go and sign the paper. Like right now, you have an emergency. However, I'm not letting that emergency become my emergency, and I'm teaching them to respect my time. So, guess what? The next time, they didn't forget to ask mom to sign the paper. You guys get what I'm saying? You got to make sure you're communicating to the people so that they can respect your boundaries. So, I hope this helps you today as far as organizing your time. We're just doing the pre-work, right? We're figuring out that boundaries are important. We're figuring out that we really, really, really have to eliminate those distractions so we can then organize our time. I know you're like, what? Yeah, this pre-work is so important, y'all, because now when you create the schedule and you get your time organized, you got your routines, you got your habits going, you're going to be running like a well-oiled machine because you did this part, this pre-work part. So, all right, I'm going to go. I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Next week, we'll continue on this journey of elevating to a level of time dominion. I can't wait. Do me a favor, if this episode inspired you in any way, tag me, share it on socials at April Nicole Sip, at Live Lovely Media, and I will see you next time. I love you. Until then, go live, love, and lead well. Have a great day.